To you, whose love has changed. There was a time when their voice felt like home, when their laughter wrapped around you like warmth on a cold day, when every word, every touch, every look felt like a promise that would never break. But now, the air between you feels different. Their words are the same, yet somehow empty. Their touch, once full of warmth, now lingers without meaning. And you, my dear friend, are left wondering, when did love begin to fade? I see you trying to hold on, trying to find the pieces of what once was, searching for the person who once held you so close, hoping, wishing, that maybe, just maybe, this is just a passing storm. But some storms don't pass, do they? Some love changes in ways we never imagined. And now, you are standing in the middle of it all. Aching, breaking, mourning something that is still here, yet already gone. Let yourself grieve. Not just for them, but for the love that was. For the laughter that once filled your days. For the way their eyes used to light up when they saw you. For the way you never had to question if you were enough. Let yourself feel. Feel the sadness, the confusion, the anger. Feel the weight of unspoken words, of silent goodbyes. Feel the love that still lingers, even when it is no longer returned. But my dear, listen to me. Love changing does not mean you were not worthy of love. Their distance does not diminish your value. Their fading affection does not erase the depth of yours. You loved with your whole heart. And that is something beautiful. That is something no one can take away. One day, this pain will not feel so heavy. One day, the memories will not sting, but simply remind you that you were capable of something rare, something deep, something real. And one day, love will find you again. Not the love that fades, but the love that stays. The love that does not turn cold in the changing winds. The love that will see you, hold you, and never let go. So cry tonight if you must. Mourn what is slipping away. But when the morning comes, remember that your heart is still beating, still worthy of love, still full of light. And one day, someone will see it, and they will never let it go. To you, who watches love slowly fade, there was a time when their eyes lit up at the sight of you, when their voice softened at your name, when their hands reached for yours without hesitation. You felt its warmth, the certainty, the love that seemed unshakable. But now, something has changed. Their words have grown colder, their gaze a little distant. The laughter that once danced between you now feels forced, fading before it truly begins. You tell yourself it's just a phase, a moment, a storm that will pass. But deep down, you already know. Love, the love you cherished, the love you believed in, is slipping through your fingers like sand. And it hurts. It hurts in a way that words cannot hold, in a way that lingers in the quiet moments of the night. Because losing love is not just about losing someone. It's about losing the future you once imagined. The dreams you built, the warmth you thought would always be there. But listen to me, love changing does not mean love was never real. The love you shared was not an illusion. It was real, it was deep, and it mattered. Just because it no longer burns the same way does not mean it was never fire. And even though their heart has drifted away, even though their hands no longer reach for yours, that love still exists in the memories, in the lessons, in the person you became through it all. And one day, when the ache in your chest is no longer so sharp, when the weight in your heart feels a little lighter, you will see that love, even when lost, was never a mistake. I know it feels unbearable now. I know the nights stretch long, and the silence feels louder than ever. But let yourself grieve, let yourself feel. And then, when you're ready, lift your head and walk forward. Because your heart is still capable of love. And one day, it will beat with warmth again. This is not the end of love. This is love changing shape. Love finding its way back to you in another form. And when it does, you will know that you were always worthy of it. To you, who loved with all your heart, there was a time when their eyes lit up just for you. When every word, every touch, every moment felt like a quiet promise. A promise that love would stay. But now, something is different. The way they look at you, the way they speak, the way they hold you. Or don't. And though they are still here, standing right in front of you, you feel them slipping away. I know how much it hurts. Loving someone with all your heart, only to watch them change. To watch the warmth fade, the laughter quiet, the love unravel. Thread by thread, moment by moment. And the worst part, it's not a sudden storm that takes them away. It's the slow, silent way they drift. like the tide pulling back, inch by inch. Until one day, you realize we're standing alone. You want to hold on. You want to fix it. You want to be enough to bring them back. But my dear, listen to me. Love is not meant to be begged for. Love is not meant to be chased. And love, a real, true love, does not slip away when it is meant to stay. I know you gave your heart honestly, completely. And I know it feels unfair that love, the kind you held so dearly, could change in the hands of another. But this is not the end of love. This is just the end of a chapter. And though this chapter may be filled with tears and questions, the story of your heart is far from over. One day, you will wake up, and their absence will not feel like an open wound. One day, the love you poured into them will return. Not from them, but from the world, from yourself. From someone who sees you, chooses you, and never makes you question your worth. So cry, if you need to. Let the sadness run through you. Not to drown you, but to cleanse you. And when you're ready, stand tall with all the love you still have to give. Because, my dear, you were always enough. And love, true love, will find you again.